eating it.
Also, I was driving.
So I was sitting there, Clinton was sitting here, had his beer can in his left hand, launched across.
Okay.
Just keep across.
Are you recording?
Welcome to my house.
That's so nice.
So I'm Whitney, and I've been a consultant since last February. And I wanted to invite y'all over tonight to look at the products for our wonderful rhododendron fields. And welcome. And I'm going to hand it over to Nancy.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, normally when people have like the first year I come, if they're my consultant, and kind of talk about like, because I've been doing it a little longer and kind of had more experience, I kind of talk about what my skin journey was and what my interest in the business is, or what my journey has been thus far with rhododendron fields, and kind of what it's done for me and my family. So for me, I really started with like really bad melasma. That's why I even found out about these products or this company. And I had like, I don't know if y'all are familiar with melasma. It's like, I know they are, but it's like the raccoon eyes, and it's like hyperpigmentation, like a lot of brown, and then over your lips. And
Like the pregnancy?
Yeah.
Yes, the pregnancy mask. Exactly. So it was really just getting worse and worse with each pregnancy. And I was really at the point where I was so frustrated and wanted it off my face. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to get laser treatments. I'm going to have to get photofacials, like that kind of thing. I thought that was my only option. And it was right after I had my third son, I found out about these products. And I had no idea that, like, specifically reverse, which is for sun damage, dullness, dark marks, and melasma. We even have an accelerated pack for really stubborn dark marks like melasma. And so I ordered that with our MD roller, which is over there, which I'll talk about in a minute, but it increases your results by like 50 times. So I started using that, and about a couple of weeks into using my products, I was on FaceTime with my sister because we're best friends, and we live in different locations, so we're on FaceTime, and she's like, what's going on with your skin? And I thought, what do you mean what's going on with my skin? I have a newborn baby, I'm dehydrated, I'm sleep deprived, like, what do you mean? Kind of thing. And she's like, no, it's good, your skin's glowing, it looks like you have a light on your face. And I thought, my skin is glowing? That's weird. And then I thought, it's my new skincare regimen. So I started talking to her about what I was using, and she also has melasma. So at first she was irritated, and you know now that she's like, what? But she didn't tell me is that she was actually secretly researching the business side of things. She is a PA in oncology, and she works part-time, and she has these twin little boys at home, and she's always wanted something that she could do to bring in an income to pay back all the student loans that she has, but not have to be away from her boys. So essentially be able to work from Wi-Fi connection. So when she saw someone posting on Facebook about rhododendron fields and their paycheck and unblemished, totally transforming your skin, she started researching. Didn't tell me at the time, but about a month later, she called me up and she's like, well, Mom's becoming a consultant, and so am I, so you can do it with this or be left out. And I was like, what just happened, right? I was like, whoa. I'm the one using the product. So anyway, so she proceeded to tell me how she'd done her secret research for 8 weeks, and she found all these amazing things about this business opportunity. And of course, had seen the products on what they had done for my face, and then, a bunch of other people's before and after. So she was super impressed, but more than anything, she saw this opportunity to get the things she really wanted, to generate this income from home, but be able to be with her boys. So that's kind of how I got introduced to the business side of things. And honestly, and my mom and sister the same way, I really didn't want anything to do with direct sales or multi-level marketing. I never saw myself doing any kind of company that's in that field. I was always happy to support a friend, but never saw myself doing it. 1, I'm actually kind of shy by nature. 2, I don't consider myself a salesperson. And I just had my 3rd baby, and it was like 3 kids, 3 and under. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like walk to people's houses or get products or like with my baby buggy? Like, no. So I of course asked her all those questions. I'm like, I'm not carrying these, I'm not shipping products. I don't want to have that parties.
We see in the meat market.
Yeah, that's like, in my head too. I'm like, that's not going to really work for me. So, and then I was always like turned off by like anything that had like a sell minimum or any of that kind of stuff. I just don't do well with that kind of stuff. And so my sister told me, it's all incentive based, and the incentives are crazy. The comp plan is incredibly generous, and you're using the products anyway. You love them. You get a better discount. You don't have to ship products. You don't have to carry inventory. I was like, okay, I'll sign up. I'll get the better discount. I'll use the products, maybe make a little bit of extra money, and let skincare pay me, maybe get my products for free. That's really why I joined the business. And it seemed like all the annoying stuff had been taken out. And so what happened was I continued to use the products on my face. People asked me about my skin. And of course, along the way, I had conversations with people and told them what I was using. And I actually started using our Soothe regimen right here in the green, which is for sensitive skin, on my son Radcliffe's skin. He's had really bad eczema since he was about 6 months old. Nothing has ever worked, and we've used everything under the sun. Nothing really did anything but kind of manage it. And so, you know, from lotions to cortisone creams, going to the doctor, everything. And so when I started using that on his skin, and I started to watch his skin repair, like our Soothe 2 actually repairs the lipid barrier, which is your skin's protective layer. And I watched pink and then white skin form. I was amazed. And it didn't happen overnight. Anyone with a chronic, you know, skin issue doesn't happen overnight. But I really watched his skin go back to what a kid's skin should look like. And after getting that under control, it did take about, you know, I think 2 to 4 months to really get under control because he'd had it for a long time. But at this point, we really are able to manage with like body moisturizer that we sell. And every once in a while, I have to use Soothe 2, and that's it. So that's life changing. And I also, as a consultant kit, comes with products. And so I didn't need my unblemished regimen, which is this purple one right here. But my sister-in-law has struggled with sensitive skin and horrible cystic acne forever. And so I thought, well, you know what? Maybe this is going to totally change her skin like so many other people. And so I gave it to her. Totally was just amazing. And she joined me in business because of Unblemished, just solely because of that product. And so I really was like starting to see this trend. I'm like, all their products work. And then I started to notice my first paycheck was like $81 for like 3 days in the business. I don't even know why. And then my next two were like $450, and then it was like $750, and it was like $1,000. And I'm doing something we all do. I was talking about products that were working that I love, and they were paying me really well to do that. And then I was listening to, we have like team pages, and like it's very team based, and so we encourage each other. Our successful leaders pour back into us. So I was listening to some training calls where these successful leaders say, this is what I did to be successful. And I was listening to what they were doing, and they were regular people like me, from stay-at-home moms to full-time working people or part-time working people, not salespeople. The vast majority are not salespeople, and everyone, lots of really busy people too. And they were doing huge things with this company, from retiring themselves or their spouses from full-time or part-time positions, to paying off debt, to putting their kids through college, to traveling more with friends and family or giving in ways that were everything from just being able to give bigger to their church or local community, to opening orphanages in Africa or adopting children. I mean, like massive things to give back with this business, because they were able to create, 4-digit, 5-digit, even 6-digit monthly incomes in like 2 to 5 years. I mean, I never in a million years thought when I got into this business that anyone was going to be doing anything like that. I honestly thought that when you get into something like this in multi-level marketing or direct sales, and especially like a skincare company, that maybe the cap is like $1,000, $2,000 a month, which is a lot of money. But I really thought like that was really all you could do. And it just is not so with this company. There's just, the opportunity is wide open. It really is whatever you want to make out of it. So once I realized that, I thought, okay, well, maybe my sister knows what she's talking about a little bit. She's a smart girl. So let me really look at this like a business opportunity instead of just a good way to get discount on skincare that I love. So what I did, because my husband's a small business owner, he actually owns a design firm downtown Austin, and he built it from the ground up, from nothing. And so what I did was look at it as a business investment or a business starting my own business in 5 different criteria. I looked at it from a partnership standpoint. I looked at it from a brand strategy or marketing standpoint. That's actually part of what my husband does. The business model, I wanted to look into that more because I knew basically nothing about direct sales. And then I wanted to look at, okay, what's my initial investment or debt I have to take on versus income potential or overhead. And then I also looked at, well, what are the products and services that I'm really selling people or sharing with them. So the first thing is like with our partnership with the Proactive Doctors. So we were talking about 2 clinically trained physicians. They went to school at Stanford. They're still clinically practicing. They have 30 plus years of clinical practice. And they're actually best friends. So that's pretty cool. And if that wasn't enough, they also have already created a $1 billion brand. And I didn't know this when I started, but Proactive owns 83% of the global acne market. They literally dominate it. That's shocking. And they're in 119 countries. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, basically, there's a very few pool of people that have done that in any industry. So when you're talking about partnership, they get a big fat check in that box, right? And then when you move on to the next one, which is your business model, business brand strategy or marketing. So businesses pay millions of dollars to get their name out there, for people to recognize them, and then to trust them, and to listen to what they have to say and buy their products or their services. Well, with our doctors, because everyone knows who they are, just like with me, when I first found out about this and I found out that they created it, I was immediately like, they had credibility. I knew that they could make products that work. And so half of the battle is done for us because of that name. And so because of who they are and the way that our products work, we're in all the top beauty magazines, from Allure to Vogue. We've been on Ellen, Oprah. We've been on the Today Show, Fox Business, Forbes magazine. Our CEO has been written up in Forbes several times because she's got a resume like a mile long. And, that's pretty impressive. And, you just cannot even buy that kind of advertisement. And speaking of, we do not have an advertising budget. We don't pay a dime for any of that. And the reason we get in those magazines and on those shows is because of the way our products work and because of our doctors. And so that really is very rare. And so that really impressed me. I'm like, that's huge. There's a whole industry my husband's in for those purposes. That's crazy. And then the next thing is like, okay, the business model. And for me, I had more questions about that, just because, like I said, I knew very little. And also because my husband was basically what you might call a super skeptic. When I told him that I was going to be doing this, he flat out looked at me and was like, oh, no, you're not. You're not doing a pyramid scheme. Like, that's not
That's
how
what
it is.
everybody says.
Pyramid scheme.
Right. Everybody said that. He said that to me, and I knew nothing. I knew less than nothing at the time. But I basically said to him something like, the proactive doctors don't do pyramid schemes, like flip my hair or something, because I just was like, at that point, almost made me want to do it more. But so luckily he agreed for me to give it a trial. You have 60-day money back, even when you're a consultant, on everything, which I really love. But I was like, okay, well, let's give it 60 days. By the time the 60 days was up, he was like, you got to stay in it for a year, not quit. And I was like, what? At the time, now I'm really bad. But anyway, so he was super, super skeptical. And so I did my due diligence. I wanted to know about direct sales, and I wanted to know, why did these doctors choose direct sales when they had done all these other avenues before and been super successful? So the reason they chose direct sales is they're originally in high-end retail brands, stores like Nordstrom. They were the #1 clinical brand in Nordstrom. But what they were finding through market research is that they were not acquiring new customers through the lady behind the glass counter. They were actually getting new customers through word of mouth. So that made them reassess this business model of being in retail stores and really look at direct sales more seriously, because that kind of fit that. It also fit their two missions, which is to create individual wealth for families and to bring dermatology to the masses, because they understand something very well, being physicians still in their field, is that medicine is changing. It's longer and longer to get into your doctor. You have to take off work. You have to get a copay. And the more that medicine changes, the more that gap will kind of spread. So there's like one dermatologist for every 30,000 people. So we're really fulfilling a need, and they get that. And let's face it, if you go to the dermatologist and they write you a prescription, maybe you spend $100, $200 on it or something like that. They're usually pretty expensive. You don't get a money back guarantee on that if it doesn't work. Like, you're kind of just like SOL. And we all know, is that abbreviation for
Yes.
a bad word?
Mhm.
No,
It's
it's
fine.
not.
Should I look?
Sorry, I look. Sorry, I look.
Sorry, I'm
Anyways, I thought I did well because I abbreviated
know
what I was
question.
thinking.
No, I
Anyways, and we rolled into the doctor to address like certain concerns, and they really don't have an answer. Like for sensitive skin people, they really don't have a good answer. Or for acne, proactive doctors really came up with the best solution for acne thus far, and now they've given us a whole nother line. And then for like sun damage, like what I experienced in melasma, there really isn't a good answer out there, and this really answers that and solves it in a really amazing way in your own bathroom. And then the anti-aging market right now, I mean, that field is like 250 billion and growing. I mean, it's just growing by the masses. And so right now we're the fourth largest premium skincare brand, even though we're super new, and we're the fastest growing. And we've been the fastest growing for 7 years in a row. So this is the first time that a retail brand of this magnitude has stepped to the plate of direct sales. It's never happened before in the history of direct sales. We are making history, but that we will not be the last person to do it, because people are watching what these doctors do and they see the success they're having. Rodan & Fields is catching like wildfire, and people get it because e-commerce, social commerce is the way of the future. People buy stuff online. Businesses are doing business online, on social media, more and more and more. So it just makes sense to do things that way. And sometimes when I say that, people are like, oh, okay, well, it's catching like wildfire and everyone's doing it now, right? Well, not actually. So there's couple things to address with that. So we have around 80,000 consultants in the US right now. That's not even enough consultants to saturate one state, let alone the entire US. We went into Canada last year. We're going to go into Australia in 2016. Every single country that Proactive is in, we're going into. So these doctors are actually giving you the opportunity to have a global franchise. I have a consultant on my team in Canada, never met her. I didn't bring her into the business. Somebody that I did. And so I have a team growing in Canada. I mean, that's nutty. And I've got 3 little kids running around my feet all the time, and that's crazy. So, and then the other thing is, like I said, we're fulfilling a need. And our customer is everyone with skin, literally. From like a 6-month-old can use Soothe to a 90-something-year-old. That's our customer. And more people are born with skin every day. So it makes you know what I mean? Like, talk about a crazy open market. So there's just so many, right? So many factors as to why the opportunity is going to continue to be amazing for years and years, 50 plus years to come. It's just going to continue to be great. And this is the kind of business you can actually will to your children, which I plan on doing, which is pretty cool. They've really made it so that it's not only a very generous business model, but it's also built for longevity and with the utmost integrity, which I think is really impressive. So then the next thing that I looked at was really, I mean, everyone wants to know, right? What's your initial investment or debt you have to take on versus income potential or overhead that you have monthly? So my husband was about $100K to get his business open, like just to get the doors open, get the business up and running. And that does not count the overhead or the 60, 80-hour work weeks that he does. And he loves the people he works with. He loves his company and what he does, but it does come with sacrifices. And a lot of that is time. So he's a lot of time, he's gone before our kids get up in the morning. He's home after they're in bed. And I've always kind of thought, I wish that could change, but I never just even thought I could do anything about that. I wondered, will he be able to coach T-ball? Will he be able to be home for family dinner? And he does provide us a nice lifestyle, and I'm thankful for it that I get to keep staying with my kids. But at the end of the day, I wanted that to change. And now I know that I have a business that I am building that I am going to be able to say to him one day very soon, in the next couple of years, you can decide whether you're going to be able, you want to work less, or where you work, when you work, or if you work outside of the home at all. Like, that is what I'm building with this business. So that's huge. So for less than $1,000 compared with his 100K, I mean, when you're talking about starting your own business, I mean, people spend a lot of money to start their own business. And I had paid back my $695 business kit in the first 2 months of business and then some. So I was already in the black. So most small business owners, they don't expect to even make money for the first 3 to 5 years. So that's nutty. And then his income potential is limited. There is a point where he taps out. So for me, when I look at this, for less than $1,000, and my income potential is quite literally limitless, whatever you put into this business, you get out of it, and there is no cap. So at this point, I'm making a multiple 4-digit monthly income, about $4,000 a month from home in very part-time hours with my kids. And by the end of 2016, I'll be bringing in a 6-figure annual income. I don't say that to brag. I'm just trying to help people understand what's possible with this company. My sister is bringing a 5-digit monthly income. She started when I did. I want to remind you, which is nutty. She's retiring from being a PA at the end of the year. She's going to be full-time home with her kids. She won a free Lexus. She's going to Maui and Napa in the spring because, like I said, the incentives are nuts. I'm going to Napa with my husband, all expenses paid in April because of this business. And, you know, it's not that we don't do this for the money. It's what the money allows people to do. It allows you to really live more, give more, and dream more, which I feel like, at least for me and my family, I really felt like maybe we weren't dreaming much anymore. And we kind of thought the American dream was to work the next 30 years, change to a paycheck, and then maybe when you're 65, maybe you get to retire and do the things you've always wanted to do. Maybe. And that isn't it. And this business blows the doors off all of that and allows you to really say, okay, what do I really want to do with this business and what do I want to get out of it? And you can totally do it, which is I mean, what a gift. And so for me, like I said, I do this because I want to be able to give my husband more options and my family more options to have quality time together. I also do this because my parents have been in ministry my entire life, and in ministry comes with a lot of blessings, but most often it's not financial. So they didn't have a plan for retirement. Like, they didn't know what they were going to do. They knew that God would provide, but they didn't know what that would be. And I really truly feel like this business is what God provided. And now my mom is putting every dime back towards retirement. My sister and I know now we will be able to help our parents retire it comfortably, and they're not going to have to worry about, where the, and I don't want to get emotional, but where the money is going to come from, or is the, they're just not going to worry about that anymore. That is huge. And then in addition to that, I've been able to give back in ways I've always wanted to, but wasn't in our budget. And I'm not usually someone who likes to talk about what I'm giving, but I just want y'all to understand, like, more in detail. Like, there's a lady at our church, Dawn, who does the ladies in Uganda that have HIV. And so I've been able to give and sponsor a lady every month because of RF. And then I'm also able to give to kids that are at risk for sex trafficking or have been sex trafficked, which is really something I'm very passionate about. And to give you an example of that really gone full circle is we have a couple on our team, and he was a police officer and she was an ER nurse. And they started this business about 2 years ago. And they have a daughter who has something similar to Downs, but they've always been worried about what's going to happen to her when we're gone. And with him being a police officer and her in the ER, they see the kind of people that get taken advantage of in society, and they're like, and that's our daughter. So what they've been able to do with this business, because they're now making 6 figures a month, they're just normal people. It's crazy. They're precious. But they've been able to create a horse farm. That was their passion. And the people that they hire and work there are people with disabilities. And that is incredible. I mean, that's life-changing. And that's what's happening with this company. So it's super exciting. And then the last thing is really, is our products. Like, what are you offering people? And so we don't really have a business without our products. And because they're clinically proven, and what our doctors have done with them, I mean, it really makes the opportunity just work, because it doesn't work without these products. So what our products are, just to give you an overview. So we have 4 main regimens that address the 4 main skin concerns. And they're multi-med therapy. So that means that they perfected the ingredients and the way that you layer ingredients in the right order, right formulations, right ingredients, and that's why we get clinically proven results. And we can pretty much bet on the results we're going to get. And clinically proven results means somebody else did the clinical studies, told you this is what your products do, and they work before they get on your face. And so I'll just start right here with Sue, which I've talked about a little bit, but this is a sensitive skin regimen. All of our regimens are 4 steps, usually a wash and either some kind of cream or toner. Soothe doesn't have a toner because you're not supposed to use that on sensitive skin, but then a lotion and a sunblock. Everything goes with the SPF. So they all work together, and basically what it is you don't need a prescription, but we're getting like crazy awesome results, is because what they've done is they've taken over-the-counter meds and then like certain prescription ingredients, but just taken it right under the prescription level, and then like I said, they perfected the layering process and the formulation process. So I just want to highlight Soothe 2, which I've talked about a little bit, but this is that sensitive skin treatment that repairs the lipid barrier, and it's a patented technology. There's a patented peptide in it. And this is really incredible stuff. We have basically a dermatological dream team working for us, because when you have these doctors, the best of the best want to work with you.
How young was your son when you started using?
So I started using, I started using this on my 3rd son as well when he was 6 months old, but Radcliffe was older. He was about, in 2014, he was 3. But I did use it on my 3rd son that I had right after I started using these products, or right before I started using these products. And about 5 or 6 months after becoming a consultant, I was already noticing that he was following the same pattern as his brother. And so I started using it. And I'm glad you asked that, because he didn't have to go through what my first son went through, because he had this, which is pretty awesome. My older son used to claw his feet, until they like bled.
Right. My
I'm sure
cousin's kid has eczema really bad, and I'm kind of thinking, this may work here.
It's pretty
nothing
crazy.
is working right now.
Right. Nothing. There's not really a good answer for eczema really until this. And like I said, everything comes with the 60-day money-back guarantee.
It's not just for face.
No. If it's good, it's worked clinically proven from the neck up, but it works on the neck up. You're good.
After shaving, like if you're really sensitive,
Yeah.
you get razor burn.
easily.
Yeah, so our,
Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
you
perfect
use,
for it.
Joy? It's
Yeah,
food.
I started with Sue.
Okay.
Sue was Sue.
Okay, okay.
So in our
okay.
men's care regimen, which I'll talk about in just a second, it actually does have the unblemished step 1 is the wash, like you can shave with it. You can also use it as a mask. But then the step 2, like the aftershave, and also to either reduce razor burn or prevent it, is the suit too, which is really awesome. And anywhere you shave, you can use that on. I've used it in other areas.
Me
It's
too.
really awesome.
But it's awesome.
Not to get too
areas?
graphic.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Good try,
Awesome,
Whitney.
it totally does.
Yeah, okay, so that,
rosacea, that you see also.
rosacea, psoriasis, all that stuff people use soup on for sure, for sure. And then, or just super dry skin, but usually when you have super dry skin, it's really a symptom of something. So my sister had really dry skin, and she, thought maybe she wouldn't be able to do reverse, but she did reverse. And what happens is our skin, our products actually balance out your skin. So if you have super dry skin or sensitive skin, that's different. But she just felt like she was always having to put lotion on. And she just thought that was always gonna be her issue. But once she used these products for a full 60 days, it balanced out her skin and she doesn't have dry skin anymore. So they just do a lot of things for your face because of how good they are at perfecting this system. So then you have unblemished, which is for acne, cystic acne. So it's a sulfur base. We're actually the only people on the market with a sulfur answer for acne or sulfur-based product. And sulfur is actually the only thing that's clinically proven to clean out the pore and also reduce redness. And I love this stuff. I mean, I'm not on this regimen, but I use this a couple of times a week to curb like hormonal breakouts, and I absolutely love this stuff. You can use it as a mask.
Would it be the same as the Proactive line?
So, okay, yeah, so there is a little different. So it's newer technology. It's also Proactive is acid based, and this is sulfur based. So
See, I've used Proactive and I didn't honestly didn't have
It
good
dries
results.
my
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yeah.
typically, so like
That's one of my
Proactive
hang
works
up
for
too, is
me,
Proactive was a nightmare for me.
for you, okay,
Right.
and my sister-in-law was the same way. She was like, oh no,
And it
Proactive.
smelled really bad
Right.
too.
And she's like, it bleached my towels and blah, blah, blah. So it worked for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. Obviously it works for the majority of people, but not everyone. So, but this is a different technology. It's a different base. So typically if Proactive doesn't work for you, this will. And obviously you have the 60-day money back as well, but it's just a little gentler too. And it's less drying. So as you get older, your skin actually gets drier. And so this is really great for people that adult onset acne. I mean, anyone can use it. Teenagers can use it, whatever. But, it's really nice. It's a little more gentle. You can go through a bit of a drying out process. It's usually about 2 weeks. Would you say that's about right?
Definitely.
And then it kind of flips this turnover, and it's like you really get this healthy, glowing skin and makes your
Amazing.
acne under control.
Maybe
It's
that's
really
what
an
I'm gonna
amazing.
do.
Yeah, it's an amazing regimen. And okay, and so then we. Oh, it's like, but I'm so excited. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you-
So then we have reverse, which is what I use. And like I said, this looks like it has 5, but that's just because these two are separated because vitamin C, this is vitamin C in a retinol formulation. Vitamin C doesn't like to hang out with other ingredients. It actually loses its efficacy. So if you go to the drugstore and it's like, oh, this has vitamin C in it. It's in there with like other stuff. Probably not as much vitamin C as it's supposed to have. So it's really important for our doctors. If they say there's this much vitamin C in it, in this active ingredient, they want it to actually be there. So you combine them at the time of use, and they retain their efficacy, and that's step 3 of reverse. So with any of these, you would wash, tone, step 3, and then just use that during the day.
That sunscreen is
Yeah, the
It's
sunscreens. Which one?
Reverse.
I know, I love it. I'm
Yes.
obsessed.
Yes.
I don't like the Sue sunscreen.
I have like one in my purse. The Soothe I just use on my kids. It's kind of a
I
little
don't like
more
the
chalky.
either, but I do like the.
Yeah, it's because it's like got bare,
Exactly.
bare bones
White.
ingredients.
Exactly.
And it, sunblock can be super
stays white.
irritating with
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people's sensitive skin. Yeah, but it's a little chalky. So, yeah, I'm obsessed with that. One of my first, I have one everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing I just want to highlight real quick, and this is true for these 3 regimens, toner. A lot of people say, I'm not really using toner. Well, toner is actually really important because when you wash your skin, and with our washes in particular, not only are they cleaning your face and doing things like all of them do dual duty. So if this is in the unblemished regimen, it's not just cleaning your face, it's actually helping you fight acne. This is not just reversing, it's not just cleaning your face, it's helping you reverse the sun damage and dullness and all that stuff. But toner, after you've washed your face, it helps your skin be balanced back out and actually replenish your skin of the things that were removed from it. So it's actually very important to be able to put your toner on and then move to the next step. It prepares your skin for the next thing. And then I already highlighted those, that's step 3, and then we talked about the sunblock. So that's reverse. And like I said, sun damage, melasma, dullness, uneven skin tone, because actually the first sign of aging is dullness. Boring. We've all been exposed to the sun, so if you're not using your products, my sister always like, if you're not using your products, you're dull. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what that's for.
It's true.
It's true.
It's actually not a wrinkle. Isn't that crazy? It's not a wrinkle. It's dullness. That's the first sign of aging. So then we have Redefine, which is like our flagship. So everything in blue is anti-aging or an anti-aging tool. You can use our roller and the Macro E with reverse. You can also use the Macro E with unblemish. But this is Redefine, so anti-aging. So this is our daily cleansing mask. It's a wash or a mask. You can use it as either. And then this is a very light, very gentle exfoliating bead in it. It really smells good, yeah. I think this is open if you guys want to smell
No,
it.
they smell so good. I feel like the
Yeah,
Redefine smells
Yeah, give us some.
Pass
to
it
do.
around. It's delicious.
And then this
Smells
is the
really good.
pore minimizing toner, which I was really
Let's see
excited
some
about because I don't know if you guys had this issue, but I had a pore on the side of my nose that was just kind of being like bigger and bigger and bigger. I was like, what's happening? So I was so excited to have something to address pores.
It smells
And what
so
happens
good.
is your pores are actually, they're getting clogged and they want oxygen. So they're just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger until you clean them out.
So are you like mix and matching all these?
So what I do is I
yeah, I
use the
make
Redefine with the suit. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
you
make
can,
sense.
if you get, okay, so you have sensitive skin, you gotta get your sensitive skin under control first before you can do anything else. Now, we have a lot of success with people with sensitive skin being able to move on to other things like Unblemish or Redefine. A lot of times people with sensitive skin, if it doesn't really get under control or like, they just always maybe have sensitivities to like a scrub. They just never get to a point where they can use them, and sometimes they do. It just kind of depends on the person and how long it might take them. So yeah, you always address your primary skin concern first. So if you are an unblemished person, you need that first. You get unblemished, you get your acne completely under control, where you're loving your skin, and then you can say like these girls probably have done is unblemished, and then they did like unblemished at night and they do reverse in the morning. So for me, I do reverse in the morning and Redefine at night because reverse is my primary skin concern, and I have to maintenance, and people ask me this all the time. I was like, well, if you get it under control, do you have to keep still using it? So, right, if you are like on a diet and exercising and you stop, things go back to the way they normally would be. And that's the same way with your skin. You're still exposed to the sun, which is the #1 contributor to aging and all the things that are happening with our skin. And so if you're still exposed to the environment and you're still aging, then you're still getting older, so you're still gonna have those issues. I know, right? Dang. So what typically happens is you have to continue to address, sometimes people get their acne under control and they only have to use like the wash. Or like, I know they've kind of figured out, by that point, you can kind of figure out what works to control that and then be able to add in this other like stuff that needs more fun. So yeah, and then Redefine. My mom is completely foundation free. I'm foundation free. My sister's foundation free. You guys are foundation free, right? I mean, I don't have to spend money on makeup anymore. I don't have to spend time doing makeup. I take care of my skin. So my skincare products do everything I ever wanted makeup to do for my skin. So I might put on some mascara. Sometimes I put on eye makeup and lip gloss, but that's literally it. We have the mineral pep powder. It is pretty awesome that sometimes I use a little bit of that, but I mean, it's super light. I mean, it's not really, it's not really makeup. It reduces this redness and stuff like that. So then the PM and AM cream, so a sunblock, just like with any of our other regimens. And then this is the PM cream, super hydrating and obviously anti-aging. And that's really good stuff. I love that stuff. But so what I was going to tell you about cleaning out your pores in your skin. So like why my sister thought my skin was glowing on FaceTime is because what happens when you clean out your pores, your skin is able to reflect light and it looks like it's glowing. So if you're talking about like a lake with all this sedimentation underneath it, it kind of doesn't really reflect light well or look pretty. But when you have a really clean lake, it's almost like glistening because it's reflecting light, and that is really how your skin is. And then finally, we have our products. So the MPD roller, which is what I ordered with my reverse, so you can pass it around. Kind of feels like a cat licking you. It's 192 stainless steel acupuncture needles. And what it does, I know, you're like, oh my God. So there's actually a lot of like rollers on the market, or people use them. Most of them require downtime. You can't do it in your bathroom. You have to go somewhere and get it done, or you're bleeding or swelling and all this different stuff.
I know.
It's kind of funny. But what it does is, she likes it.
Oh, right. It's amazing when you're
Nobody gets self. She's like, can I do that? want a body roller. I'm like,
I
because
know,
when you find
the
out what it
whole
does, you're
thing,
like,
yes.
I want like a massive
Yeah.
body roller. So what it does is it prepares your skin for your products because it makes microperforations in your skin, which allow your products to be more effective. So step 3, so you're using them with reverse, you roll and then do this, or you use the roller and then do the PM cream.
How often do you do that?
I roll every night, but you don't have to.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you kind of do it as tolerated. Or,
But
when
now
you're not
if you use
feeling
the
lazy.
Soothe, you wouldn't roll.
Not with the Soothe.
Not until your skin is.
Yeah, you can't roll with the
Under
Soothe
control.
or active
Okay.
acne.
Or
Soothe,
you just do
soothe
it.
skin, if you're really sensitive, you don't have it under control, you can't handle it. And then even though it's pretty gentle, but then with the blemish, you don't want to spread the bacteria, so you can't roll with active acne. But if your acne is under control, you can roll and use this night renewing serum, which is what I was going to talk about next. So what this is like silk on your skin. It was on Oprah's top 100 favorite things. It's super anti-aging, and it goes on after you roll. If you're using it with Redefine, you would wash, tone, roll, and then put this on. And if you wanted to put on the PM cream, you could too. I don't always put PM cream if you want to. I feel like
You
this
gave
is
me
really
that
cool.
before, I think, right?
Yeah, it goes in the
I was
medication.
like
It's part of the
milking
medication.
everything out of
Yeah,
it.
it's part of the
Like,
medication.
I haven't seen this for a year.
Oh my God,
Exactly.
like, at first,
One drop a day.
I couldn't even believe.
Oh, I
how-
know, that's what
I
made
couldn't
me
believe I
think,
never
like,
felt skin
I'm
so
thinking
soft
it's
until I
soft.
used it. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we like people that use
Crazy.
products like pet
that's
themselves.
crazy.
I
really
really
do.
like
use
it.
it. I know I told you how to mix my face.
Yeah,
Just
this is awesome. It actually has like time released
true.
ingredients in it. So like overnight, that's why I use it overnight because it actually releases things while you're sleeping. And then the lip renewing serum, you can actually roll your lips. Oh, I didn't even tell you the other thing this does. So because it's making microperforations on your skin, it's like a micro trauma, and that doesn't really cause any problems for you. It tells your skin that you're having a micro trauma, so it upgrades healthy cells like collagen and elastin.
yeah,
Elastin.
Always say it wrong. And I still can't get it right. Elastin.
elastin.
Like
It
a
makes
last
you look younger.
like a last stick with your skin.
Yeah.
Right, elastin.
Elastin.
Yeah, see, you're already like a consultant. You're basically correct. She's like, whatever. But anyway, so it makes you look younger. It's like added bonus, right? Hello. People are using this all over their body. Like they really are using it on stretch marks, on scars. People use that roller, this night renewing serum, and Soothe too on scars with crazy results. Or stretch marks. It's nutty.
We're just not allowed to market it as that. But
Publicly,
people do it.
because we're not clinically proven
Yeah,
for that.
people
But
do
it
it.
does.
It hasn't.
I
It
could-
does.
Oh, like Laura.
Yeah.
My sister's got one that's like a gnarly scar.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, try it.
People
She
use it on
already
their face a
uses
lot.
Rodan Fields. I'm gonna have to tell her.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not. You're gonna
Is
I
it
got
Rodan?
one.
Yes.
Dr. Katie Rodan.
At the
Dr.
toll.
Supposed to be Rodan.
Her name
Yeah.
is
Rodan. Everything in Texas is so weird.
Oh, because you think it's like sounds like a twang. It maybe isn't
Yeah,
Rodan.
Rodan.
It's probably like Rodan.
Yeah,
Rodan.
Rodan.
Rodan. Rodan.
Her husband is foreign, so
Rodan.
it could be said. So,
And not.
I don't know. He's
And
hysterical.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Burn.
So you can actually roll your lips, which I do, and then you put the lip renewing serum on, which is for fine lines, even the coloration of your lips.
Wait, you can roll. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
do
roll my
my
lips
eyebrows
every
and my
single-
lips.
me
every
too.
single
Oh yeah, you can roll anywhere with the
Do you
bone.
push harder on your lips?
You have to push hard.
Because those are me. Because you get the like.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you a story about my mom. Okay. So she was like this. She's never had any procedures done on her face.
Oh yeah.
She literally had eyelids that were like drooping down, and so she was like, "I'm gonna go into the doctor's office. I'm gonna pull my eyelids as far down as possible." Right,
Yeah,
but you
Dr.
don't need
Rabbit
the
did that.
surgery anymore.
Dr. Rabbit.
And you look like a freak. I mean,
Yeah,
who
you
wants
do.
that?
Yeah, you really.
I want to age gracefully.
That's bad for vision too.
Yeah. So she's like, I'm gonna go into the doctor, and then maybe insurance will pay for it, and I get these lips listed. But thank God, Rodan Phil stepped into the picture, and she started using the roller on all around her eye, on her bone, with the eye cream, which is like crack. And her eyelids are like 65%. Yeah, basically.
It's awesome. I use
It's
it every
amazing.
single day. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's her eyelids are like 65 or 75,
They got better?
70% better. Like
Oh.
70%. Like it looks
Yeah,
like
her
maybe
eyes
she
are
got a lip, but she didn't.
Yeah.
It's from the roller and the eye cream. Yeah, crazy.
Mm.
So she's thrilled. And like I said, she's foundation free at 60.
Yeah.
So and loving her, she's loving her skin. So this is the eye cream. And really, I mean, I've bought some very expensive eye creams. I mean, Jared doesn't know, but like way more expensive than this. This is like $60 retail, $54 for a PC. It's crazy. It lasts like 4 or 5 months.
We read the
Twice a day.
Okay, so it's
Twice a
like
day
monthly.
usage. No. And that's the
Oh,
other
it's
thing,
amazing.
which she's not gonna get to hear, but our products are formulated for 60 days.
We can go to the bathroom.
Come on, you're gonna wanna hear this. The product, But they're formulated for 60 days because the skin cell turnover rate is 45 to 60 days. But a lot of these products are going to last longer than 60 days, and you can replace products as needed. You don't have to replace full regimens or anything like that.
So one kit should last, if you're using it twice a day, like you're
Right.
supposed to, 60 days, not a month.
Yeah.
Not a month.
Okay.
So let me tell you something about that too. So these two right here, you have to introduce to like slowly, so your skin just has a good time to acclimate, and it's going to last longer.
A little bit, yeah. I was gonna say the first time you buy it, it usually lasts a little longer because you don't start off right away.
And
If you wash your
usually
face once a week like I do, it lasts way
It
longer.
lasts forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might not work. I don't know why
You don't have
proactive
to
and
know.
effective.
It's not every 30 days. And if you're comparing it to like something you're going to get at the drugstore like Maxima or something like that, it's going to seem expensive because all of our regimens range from like 144 bucks PC price to like, what is it? What's the rate? 174. But like I said, minimum of 60 days are going to last, maybe more like 2 to 4 months is typical for the products, and you replace individual products when needed. So that kind of brings me to there's 3 ways you can be a part of Rodeo Village. You can be a preferred customer. I didn't even talk about the back earlier. Let me just do that real quick. So
What'd you
my
call that?
ADD. This is a macro E. It's a macro exfoliator. It removes 5 million dead skin cells off your skin in 5 minutes. And let me tell you something. If you're not removing dead skin cells off your face, they're on there, and you produce a lot of them, and you're just putting products or makeup or whatever on dead skin cells. So it's got Doc Smart technology, and it's basically like a face polisher. That's what I think. And you actually do your neck and chest too. But and so the lady will think for you, which when I'm doing this at night once a week, I don't want to think, and I don't have brain power to think. So I push play, and she tells me where I'm going to do the suction, and then she beeps at right. She sets the level, and she beeps at me when it's time to go to a new place in my face, and tells me with arrows where that place is.
That was crazy expensive though, right?
Well, that's $252 for a PC, but that lasts 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay.
But the
The roller-
nice thing is that like if you happen to be a consultant, then it comes in like a kit.
Your
and
kit,
you get it
yeah.
like
If you buy a
50%.
You get 50% off.
Yeah.
So the kit
From
that I
what?
bought had
Yeah.
both the roller and that in it because I was like, I don't want to buy that for $250.
Even with the 25%
Yeah, even
off,
with
which
the
for
25%
consultant,
for all
it's
of
cheaper
it.
than
Yeah,
$252.
yeah.
But when you get a consultant, it's 50%
Yeah.
off everything. If that lasts 3 to 5 years, the roller lasts about a year.
It does. It's just like
So if you're comparing like the price of our products with products out there that claim to do half of what our stuff does, there is no comparison. It's just not even comparable. People were charging $150 a pop in derm offices and esthetician offices for that macro weed. They were using our tool, $150 a pop to do one session that you can do in your bathroom, buying yourself every week for 3 to 5 years. So anyways, so you can become a preferred customer, and I can go over the other products we have too afterwards if you guys have questions. But you can become a preferred customer, 10% off, free shipping. We have a wonderful preferred customer program. There is a one-time $19.95 enrollment fee, but you can cancel at any time. And typically, if somebody for some reason, which I've never had anyone cancel, but if for some reason someone did want to, I just refund their $19.95, and I know that they would too. So that's kind of how I do things. I think that's a good business practice, but we have less than a 3% return rate, and even with our 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee, because our products work. So it's a great program. It is a replenishment program, but it is not an auto ship. So I know with Proactive, I ended up with like 25 toners that I didn't. Annoying.
You have the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta get the whole thing, which I always didn't like that. I'm like, I want the products, but I don't want to have to get a toner every freaking time. So they've gotten rid of even with the business model, they've gotten rid of all the annoying stuff, the same thing on the product side. So what happens is every 60 days, you get an email that says, hey, your replenishment order is up. Do you need anything? You can edit, you can delay as long as you want, you can get only the products you need, or you can just say, I don't need anything.
How long can you keep delaying it for?
As much
as
as you
many
want.
times as you want. I have
Indefinitely.
people that have bought once since I became a consultant,
And that's almost a year.
and that's almost
Yeah, there is no
just
limit.
every 2 months.
Just delay.
I say, hey, do you want more or not? And they're like, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
And then I just
delay it.
And
Yeah.
some
Okay.
people,
I have somebody who's bought from me twice in the last 2
Yeah.
months.
Okay.
But there's no point in canceling it because you need to pay the $20
Right,
to
so
get
you
it
might as
back.
well
And
just
then
So
you
I
keep
just tell
delaying
them,
it, so it's
just
like
delay it,
you had
delay
some
it.
money crisis, you need to take
Right.
it.
exactly.
Right. So like I have
Yeah.
somebody who's having a baby this month. She delayed hers and like she
Mhm.
just bumped it back to April.
Yeah, I had a
She was like,
PC
I'm
that
not
do
gonna
that
be
too.
able to.
So since it's not automatic, you have to say yes before that shipment's coming. Yeah.
The
Well-
person whose account
Yeah.
who is on the account.
So when you become a preferred customer, online, it sounds scary because they have to say you're in an auto ship. But what we know is that it's completely customizable, and you do get an
You
email
get
that
it
says
way ahead of time.
in 10 days
Like
your
five days.
purchase
And your
order is going
consultant.
out.
So if you were just buying
And your-
like
yeah.
more of the face wash or whatever,
Yeah.
then you'd only be charged for just that product, but 10%
Right.
off
Yeah.
still.
Right. And
Okay.
free shipping.
Okay.
So yes, and your consultant, if you have a good consultant, which
Yeah.
obviously they are, they're gonna say, hey, your replenishment orders up too, not just the email. And I have a lot of my customers, they want me to manage it for them, and I'm really fast at it, so I can do that pretty easily, and I just log in, I delay it, or edit their cart to whatever they want.
Okay.
They
It
just tell you.
Yeah,
Right,
some
and if you
people-
change your
some people
mind-
don't want anything to do with it.
Right.
Some people want to do it.
They
all
wanna
on
do
their
it
own.
themselves,
Right.
yeah. Cause it's all on our website, so either I go on my website or they go on my website, and all the
But
products
I
are.
have some like people that are not tech savvy
Do
at
not.
all. They didn't want anything. Like my 80-year-old aunt didn't want anything.
Anything
No.
with the computers,
Yeah,
right,
she just wants the products.
Right.
yeah, exactly. And if you change your mind, like you delayed your order, and then in a couple weeks you do want your order that month or something, or a month, whatever, you just let your consultant, I don't know if it should.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very customizable in every sense. The only thing that ever happens is if someone gets the email, their consultant says something to them, they don't do anything, they don't delay it, they don't edit it, they don't do anything, and then it's gonna ship you your products. But all you have to do, if that happens to you, which I've only had it happen to one customer one time, I tried to keep getting hold of her, but couldn't. And she kind of ignored her email, but you just ship the products back and they refund you. So at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal.
And is there anything for changing regiment? Like 1 month, like if next month you're like, oh, I want to do unblemished now,
Yeah.
and I've done the soothe. Like,
Yeah.
does that matter? The
No,
switch, other than
you
the
don't
price
just
changing?
you just take whatever you don't want out of your cart and you add what you do
Yeah.
on your
Okay.
cart and you click update cart and that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just talk to your consultant, that way you know you're like ready for the next step with
Got
your
it.
skin. But yeah, nothing on the
Yeah,
other
no, they
side.
don't, just not.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So that's the preferred customer program. We have a retail option, but quite frankly, it's a waste of money because you pay the retail price, you still have to pay shipping, and even with the $19.95 on your initial order, you're still saving money.
Okay.
So, I mean, as long as people understand the preferred customer program, then everyone's like, oh, well, yeah, obviously I should buy ZPC. And then we also have 2 consultant options. So we have a discount consultant option, meaning you can become a consultant, or we have kits ranging from, there's a $45, which people that are really just doing it for the discount, they might do a $45 and then get product. And we have a $3.95, a $6.95, and a $9.95. So all less than $1,000, but in each of those kits, you get gradually more products, and you obviously get a 50% discount on those products. And if you do want to just do the discount and not work the business, you can do that. You do not have any obligation whatsoever. You can just get the discount on products when you want them, how you want them. And then if you want to do the business like us and at least get your skincare paid for, or you want to run with it like me and do whatever you want, then we have an amazing team that can certainly show you exactly how to do that. And like I said, I was in the black and then some in the first couple of months of business. I'm pretty sure you guys have had similar experiences. So maybe 3 or 4 months, but it just depends on how fast or slow you want to take it. That's totally up to you. But we have an amazing team that encourages one another. We teach one another, and we have private team pages on Facebook, and we can really help you do whatever you want to do with this business. But it's a beautiful thing because my sister went way faster than me, and that just wasn't my pace, and that's okay. Like, there is no expectation. And the business is
So there's no
pretty
like
amazing.
quotas or things that
Right.
you have to meet.
Is there a monthly fee for being?
No.
Okay, it's just that upfront cost when you're done.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was one thing I was really concerned about. I don't want quotas. I don't want any kind of sale quota or anything
I
like
don't
that.
want to have to do anything that I don't.
Right.
Or a monthly fee, just like,
Or a monthly
$20
fee.
a month, you're
Right.
always paid for.
So,
having-
okay, so on that note, okay, so to be a commissionable consultant, like we actually can get a paycheck,
Uh-huh.
there's a consultant replenishment program, which is monthly, and that's products, and that's $80 a month, and $24.99 to keep your websites on.
Okay.
So, it isn't a fee where you're not getting anything for it. So if they want you using the products, if you're gonna be selling them, if you're gonna be making money, they want you to be using the products on your skin. So anything that they make, I use. So body lotion, doesn't matter what it is, I use it on my skin because I'm gonna buy it somewhere, might as well buy it from my store, and I put it in that $80. Or I buy like mini facial stuff or something like that to promote my business. And I know initially I thought $24.99 for my websites, but that means everything's done for me. I have a product site, I have a business site, I have a post back office that literally tracks everything for me, everything, so I don't have to do any of that. And honestly, it's $144.99 a month overhead for your personal product usage and your website. And I know that sounds like it is a lot of money, but not when you're putting it into the perspective of what you're getting and the income potential of this business. And so even with the overhead, I was still in the black in the first couple of months. So
So on that $80, you can choose which item.
Oh,
That's
yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's $80 of anything that you want,
Anything.
whether you want to spend it on yourself,
Your husband.
your husband,
Right.
your business, like
They're just
whatever.
saying you do need
You
to spend
need to
80 bucks.
spend-
Yeah, to just spend
In order to make a commission.
Yeah, if
Right.
you don't want to be commissioner.
You don't have to
you
do
don't
that.
have to do.
That's called CRP, Consultant Replacement Program, and Pulse. If you don't want to be doing the business side of things, you don't have to be enrolled in those.
And
If
it's
you
actually-
do,
You can become a consultant, but just for the 50.
That's what my mom does.
just for
my
25%
mother-in-law
off.
does.
So
Now, the
So you-
consultant kits are 50% off. When you buy the kit to become a consultant, it's product, it's 50% off.
But you don't get a
But
paycheck
after
if you're a
that's 25.
consultant.
What'd you say?
You don't get a paycheck if you're just the
Well,
consultant.
if you're a
But that
face
means
washer
commission.
discount consultant, then you're not eligible or enrolled in those programs, and so they're not gonna cut you a check.
Basically, you don't have a business.
You don't have a business, you're really just doing it for the discount. But if you're enrolled in CRP and Pulse, then you are considered an active consultant who's commissionable.
Okay.
So anything that you sell or anybody that joins you in business, you get paid on it really well.
What's the company's benefit of having consultants who aren't commissionable yet?
People
It's just
buying
like they're just saying you're putting a good
To
word
break
out?
even.
Is that
Yeah,
basically it?
basically, they just offer that option because, well, what we find a lot of times is people that become discount consultants, we put them on the team pages so they can be exposed to the information and the things that all
They
these
usually
people
switch.
see. Yeah, and then they start to understand what's really going on, and a lot of times they do put their sights on and, that kind of thing, and become an active consultant, because at the end of the day, because of the way that they pay us, it's not difficult to get to a point where you're offsetting your overhead, meaning your personal products, your skincare are paid for, your websites are paid for, and you're making some money. That's not even crazy. That's like rudimentary for this business. It's easy to do because they pay us really well. So like if you sell one regimen, depending on which regimen, you make between 40 and 50 bucks. That's a lot of, because we have a 15,
Like per month or the one time?
no,
No,
each time you sell
Every
one.
time.
Each time they
Each
order.
and every time.
Every time they order.
Every time they order.
You make a
Wow,
10 to 15% commission. So on the quota thing that you're asking about. So what happens is it's incentive based, there's no quotas. But if you hit $600 in sales in a month, and each month you start over, but $600 in sales in a month, your commission goes from 10% to 15%. On top of your commission, whether it's 10 to 15%, whatever that is, you don't get penalized. It's just an incentive to do more. But on top of your commission, you get the difference between wholesale and preferred customer price. So you're getting like money on top of your commission, if that makes sense. And that's why we end up getting paid the way that we do. And then in addition to that, there are bonus structures that are nutty. So one month I made like $900 in bonuses. And like I said, I'm getting a Napa Valley trip. And sometime in probably the spring or early summer, my team's going to qualify for a free Lexus, which they give you $750 to $1,000 depending on your level, maybe $1,200 depending on your level in the company for a car. I mean, that's nuts. That's on top of what you're making.
Girl I
So-
went to college with on my third free Lexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, how long have you known about this? I'm like, what, girl? I wish I would have known.
So you said it's 10%.
I've known about it for a
Well,
long
she wanted
time,
to
and
be a
I haven't
consultant
bought
and
into
told
it.
me. You
I was
know.
talking about it before Whitney went
Why?
to work, because I'm a skeptic.
You're a
Yeah.
skeptic.
I'm
Yeah, I
totally a
understand.
skeptic.
I understand.
I don't want to put out all the effort. I'm totally lazy. I mean,
Well, you don't have to, I mean, if you don't want to do it, yeah, that's fine. You want to
I'm
use the
more
products
worried
that you
about
get
just
discount.
annoying my friends.
Yeah, I understand that. I thought the same thing. I thought,
But honestly, I don't feel annoyed.
I'm pretty
by
feel
what-
annoyed.
No, I don't feel annoyed, but you said this stuff doesn't annoy me. But
right, but at the end of the day, at first I was like, okay, my sister just announced me on Facebook. What happened? Like, are you kidding me? I was very upset about it. I had no idea she'd been like, Nancy and I are doing this business on Facebook. And then when they're like, our team posts on Facebook and we do it consistently. And the thing is I thought everyone's going to defriend me. I'm going to annoy everyone. And really what happened is maybe I annoyed a few people, but most people didn't care, or they started watching me, or they joined me in business, or they bought products from me. And we teach people to balance things. So yes, I post
my problem is I
about
have 6 friends who
Yeah.
sell rodent and fields now as
Uh-huh.
Facebook friends. So I'm like, I get it
all the time.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
apparently God wants me to buy
Well,
it.
and that's like
Right,
like
right.
Clint doesn't push like on any of my photos because it's like if I do that, then everybody who sells Rodent Fields shows my newsfeed. So sorry, babe, I'm not.
Yeah.
letting
So a
you
lot
do
of
Yeah.
people will just watch
So,
it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
thanks for not
Thanks for not supporting
I
Yeah,
it.
know.
it's not circulating.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about it. I don't want to see all this posts.
Right. But
So funny.
but I will say this, at the end of the day, I had to say, okay, is my reason for doing this business bigger than my why not? Is my ability to change my family's future, my parents' future, give back, is that bigger?
If it's a good friend, they'll stick around.
Right, exactly. If they have a problem.
They can block you.
They can block you, they can scroll on, like, who cares?
I had a question,
Like,
like, you said that 10% was the
You know,
money back,
I read everybody's
Yeah.
posts about their
but
dogs.
you,
Or
but
15.
then you said you get like 40 to 50 every time
No,
the
so
unit's
the-
sold. I mean, that's not, they're 140.
Literally that.
Right,
This
that's
$140
because
is
it's about
$14.
Right, that's because you get the difference between wholesale and PC price.
Okay, so it's the 14 and you're getting this 40,
The
somewhere
difference
between
between
$40 extra.
And
Yeah.
tips.
Okay.
You self-
Yeah, so I've done that,
Yeah.
okay.
And I
Like,
And
emailed
it
them.
ranges out to like $39.50
They-
for the lowest
Um,
one in,
and I-
So then the
closer to
company's only
50.
People
getting like
didn't even know
$100
follow me on
dollars
Facebook
from-
What do you
message
say?
like then the company's
because
only getting,
I'm
I mean,
so paranoid about, and I'm so many small businesses.
So these
owners,
doctors
and
have actually
things
not
like
taken
that,
a
where I'm
paycheck
like,
from this company.
Well, and
So
see, that's where I'm coming from. My husband is
the
a
skincare market in
he's like,
general, on skincare products is actually pretty high.
right?
but then
My
he's like,
husband-
if it's something you want to do, just
what
do
do
it.
you personally
I
do to
wish I
market
would have.
So
listened to
I
him
use
before
Facebook,
heard
I
it.
use
We were
email
gonna
message,
visit 2
talking
years
to
ago.
a person.
Yeah.
I really
No,
share about it.
2 years
especially
ago.
beginning of my
Because
business,
a
I
girl
did, like,
that I went to thousands
I don't know.
she tried to get me.
Well, and here's the thing.
Everybody's
I
got
told
it.
my,
I was
so
a
my
little
husband was the same as me.
between like
When
the
she
two
was
of
talking
you
to me
though,
about,
like,
like,
We've got the
trying
market
to-
tap.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the people I start thinking of, I'm like, did I really do
100%. But you're and then literally my first paycheck was
in your whole life.
Well, yeah, I know.
You know?
and it's like,
And because of social media, we
maybe
now have
let's, and then
access
he
to
said
the
to me,
community
like,
with
stick
these
it out for a
people
year
that
and
we
let's see
want
how
to
it
treat
is.
them.
And
Right
he's
in
a
this business,
financial person.
I was like,
so
a
he has
basic
kept track of
permit.
everything.
My name was like
Every
coach,
time I'm in the shower,
right,
it
because I was
says,
worried
hey,
about it.
just an update on
And
your
I've
audit, but
just,
this is
I've
how much
allowed
more you
now
have to
people to
pay
be
on
my friends,
financial
like
stuff.
actually,
They take
you know,
time
do that. But it's
You
actually
have
a
to
good
do
thing,
the
so I have like
whatever it is.
three, okay, so they were my
So it's just like
customers
this, right?
before.
Yeah.
But, okay, so they were 2 customers, and I think on top of that, I might have 3 or 4 customers at church, that's it. You
Oh,
think I
really?
have all these customers, I
Okay.
don't.
Yeah.
The only people that, I have like one discount consultant, Sarah Walters, who doesn't even go to our church anymore, is my consultant, and then Whitney is mine, and Kelsey's under her. Nobody else, I don't think anyone else at church is on our
Y'all would
team.
have to tell me who you've
Oh,
already hit up, 'cause I
Cassie-
just want to
is
direct
Cassie
people.
Oh, Cassie, but she's really good
She's
for the
new.
discount
Yeah,
now.
she's new.
Wouldn't that be
Um,
funny if I got
I don't
Jamie
have
to be one of
anyone.
mine?
Oh,
But
Julie,
like,
because
what?
she will
She would
not.
trust
Oh my
us.
gosh, she's like the
No, Jamie's
worst.
impossible.
Yeah, she's
She would buy
impossible.
from you because you're.
She probably
I know.
wouldn't
She would
buy
never
from
buy
me
from you.
because-
She would
That's why I
never
think it would be funny.
No,
Yeah.
because like
It
anytime
would
I
be
mention it, she
awesome.
It
guffaws.
would.
But she listens
She
to
would
anything
love
you
it.
say.
She's like, I
What
give
if
her
I
mini
told her,
facial.
what
and
if
she
I
made
told her
it
it was
work.
homemade? So I was like, I made this crazy sugar microscrub from my goats
Right,
at home.
From my goats. Yeah. And you're
It was
like,
like your
okay.
Or something.
This is how you milk a goat.
Right.
This is how I made the cream, right?
Right.
So it's amazing.
Right.
The people
Or
that
best
buy
for
from me
friends.
are not people that are my friends because, to be
Yeah.
honest, I didn't message any of my friends because
You wait
I
till,
was
like,
so
the-
afraid to be like, "Will you buy from me because I'm your friend?"
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I did not want them to think that, and so I did not talk to any of them about it. And I've had them come to me
Mhm.
like, "So, tell me about this."
They're like,
I'm
so do you
also
not
like,
want to share the awesome face wash with me?
I'm
Well,
also
you know-
super afraid that like one day I'll have like a pimple even using this and I'll be like a
Right.
walking nightmare.
Well,
like,
hello,
That happens.
right here.
business
But-
No.
Well, you have to understand, but the good
Every
news
once in
is-
a while you get lazy
Yeah.
and you travel and
Right,
something happens, it's the way it goes.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's okay. But I will say that, you know,
Your
like
skin
she's saying, I
glows.
have people that buy from me or join my team I've talked to in 15, 20 years.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
it's crazy because of social media, it's blown the doors off the conventions of direct sales of the past. And so that, I mean, people's moms that I knew in high school buying from me. And I've had people be like, well, I saw when you joined the social media and I thought, here we go, one more person doing some kind of skincare thing.
At least
direct
it's not a
sales.
candle.
And then, right, it's a consumable
Yes.
product, right? And then she was like, okay, well, she's still doing this in a year, maybe I'll take it seriously. And
Well,
you're
you know,
like,
what I honestly thought it was like at first was like Mary Kay.
right, I know.
That's
what I
really
thought.
what I thought it was
People
at first, and that's why I was so skeptical.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do it 2 years ago.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
You know, I'm
Same
like,
thing.
Oh, but what I was
If
gonna
it
say
hadn't
is
been for my
like,
sister making me do it, I would have.
yeah,
And I'm glad I
even
did now,
still, it's only in the US, Canada, and Australia.
Right.
Australia.
right. So we're gonna
Like,
go,
when it goes into other countries,
Right.
and you say that now, like you wish I
several
had
Europeans
joined 2
saying
years
that they
ago.
wanted to use
Me
it.
too. I have
It's still
friends in
super
Australia that
early.
are like,
What does
when
it have in the
can
other
we order this? Or,
but people that you know.
But
know
exactly.
people,
I'm
know
all selling it to
people,
my
know
sisters in
people.
Africa with Dawn's thing. They're like,
They're like,
I
we
live
don't-
off of a year on that amount.
Yeah, they're like, we're not buying the skincare. But you know
But
what
your
you
skin
can
is
do
glowing.
is that you can do this and build a business and you can give to them in a way that you've never
That's
been able
true.
to get. And that's incredible. I mean, that's what people are doing. So I mean, it's just really something to think about. I know you're skeptical, and I get that, and I know like what you're talking about.
No,
is
mine's
telling you-
more like I invested in like, I do essential oils too for the kids, my kids' health.
Yeah.
And so that's already like, I mean,
like
it's
you're already
pushing
putting
it.
money into
Yeah. It's
But
like, my
even, I don't know
husband's
if you're
like,
doing it for
how
a
many more
discount
things
or
are you
whatever.
doing?
But I tell people, if you like other stuff you want to keep buying, you want to sacrifice that. Yeah, are you going to have to sacrifice a little bit to get started? Yes. But is this business going to allow you to make money and do some things differently and not have to worry about this in the future? Yes. So it's like do something different.
How long have you been doing it?
A year and a half.
How long have you been doing it?
Since February.
You're making, like, you get your stuff paid for now?
Oh, yeah, like
Okay.
2 or 3 times.
I
It
get
depends,
$100
it depends,
more
it
than
depends on
what I
the month.
Okay.
I'm gonna